people in the middle of the map.
Game 1, not so kind with the hard shift south. We'll see if game number 2 is going to be any kinder. But if there's one thing we know about Vikendi circles is that they can be cruel. They can be pretty disastrous for a lot of teams. And in that last game, it was disastrous, particularly, I'd say, for a lot of the South Asian teams. You saw Orange Rock, you saw TSM Entity go down.
Yeah, very quietly as well.
Yeah, you saw a lot of teams going down there. We do actually have King of Gamers in this one. We'll see if they are going to drop into Castle. Obviously, changing up the groups every game.
Yeah. South side, once again, so all the way down to Winery. So it's pretty much an uphill battle wherever you go, depending on who controls Winery first. You can see there's a lot of teams down here. There's already a knock coming through. I believe that's from Team Secret onto No Chance. It could be the other way around, though. But Bigatron Gaming, of course, they're going to try and take Winery. They're going to be kings of the hill. Maybe not kings of the castle, but certainly at the top of this mountain.
They'll have the control that they asked for. A player already going down from Team Secret. That was ice shots falling. A little bit of a conflict there. Team Secret losing a player. You can see them trying to vie for this ground around No Chance team, sorry. 7 points on last game for No Chance team. They had a pretty decent showing.
It's not so bad.
We'll see if they're able to pick up a few more points this time around.
We do see Box Gaming towards the northern side of the map here. I believe we do. We do have King of Gamers in the lobby now. Look, they're down in Hot Springs. Yes, please. We also have one of my favorite teams of all time, Synergy. I do love this team so much, just purely because last year in the fall split, I think they just barely made it into semi-finals. Getting a nice, tasty little replay here. Unfortunate for you, Team Secret, but they just about made it to the semi-finals. Then they really picked it up in the finals themselves. Obviously, getting a coach on board. And Synergy just strikes me as a team that just wants to always improve, and we can see that here because they've made it to the World League. They're not letting up anytime soon. Austin is an absolutely insane player. So is Sevi. I'm surprised not to see Schreider in the mix, though. He was one of the players that we really love to see. He's doing very well. But again, pretty much the northwestern side of the map completely clear for the time being. What we can see on a screen though is that stalemate between Team Secret and No Chance Gaming for the time being.
Your favourite squad has Castle as well. So
of course. Good lads.
They're going to be taking up that mantle. We'll be seeing if they can guard against the rotations from that northern side as well, because, it's like Avenger was saying on the desk, like you were saying as well, that you're very central and you control a lot of the sight lines. Controlling that river crossing, it's not a swim, but it is very, very open ground. It's like crossing an open field, like crossing a road. It's very, very difficult. And if you've got someone in those ramparts just plinking away at you, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going down.
Choco Nuts is pretty much Choco Nutty here because he's got no top on. It's very cold here in Vikendi, mate. I mean, I know you're trying to make a statement that you're one of the hardest, and we get it, but come on, you can wear a top, get a vest at least. Come on. Anyway, BTR, they're currently on the western side of Winery. Not quite made it to the top as of yet because Megastars are up there, but Mad Toy slipping around the corner with the micro. This thing is very, very strong.
He's going to be trying to hold down the staircase, and we know the range of these things can be strong, but the nade is cooking. He has dropped a smoke down. Oh, a bad bounce on a nade. That's really unfortunate. Heineken gets a taste of his own medicine, quite literally.
Yeah, he's gonna have to move back a little bit. We'll give Team Secret a little bit of time to recuperate here. They are holding down the high side, but Avenger said that he wants to have things on the floor. He wants to be able to loot them very nicely, but right now Team Secret, they're not getting that chance. They're stuck on the top floor here. I can see Avenger over there. He's slamming things in his sack. He's just imitating that for me, but Team Secret, they can't do that. This is most unfortunate, and this will just create pandemonium for them later when they don't have the resources, even if they can get out this fight with No Chance. And No Chance of putting themselves in a bad spot as well, to be honest. You see this guy on the screen, you've got Heineken, he's only got a vest on board, he's got a helmet, he doesn't even have a helmet, so they're also strapped for loot here.
Madsoy was one of the pickups that Team Secret actually got. They took him away from Illuminate the Murder.
Took them away, yeah.
He took it. He changed teams. Whoever initiated it, he ended up with them. And to be fair, when you can take fights like that, you know why. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to last out for the second. Round number 2 proves fatal.
Yeah, Yuhai drops down, but it's Godless who immediately slams him with the AKM. Beautiful shot there. He saw his prey drop the floor, and he was quick to finish him up. Yuhai is crawling, though. Godless makes the smart decision, and Chokon drops off the top of the house here. Will drop down. He is currently pinned. Pubg takes some nasty shots. Godless here showing himself to be a pretty damn strong player, and that was with the Uzi as well, remember. Beautiful couple of headshots, and Pubg, he's making a beeline out of here. Don't blame him.
Fair enough. Yuhai does get flushed out a long range. Well, not long range, but a spray down.
Control though.
Yeah, with the micros. He's got the suppressor on it, you know, and the hollow sight's going to serve him well.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful play coming out from No Chance. And this is a team that I've not heard too much of. And you know, the people are talking very frequently about Team Secret and how they're a scary team, but No Chance just putting them to shame here. And I think a lot of that comes off the back of not knowing people's drop spots and also getting an early drop at the beginning here, so they're pretty happy with that. Orange Rock, this is a team that I think we have to talk about really quickly, though, because although we've seen this on screen, we've been talking about the Team Secret and the No Chance fight for a while now. I want to talk about Orange Rock, purely because there's a lot of pedigree in this team. You've got Viru, Marvi, but you also have Scout. Now, I believe it was in the PMIS that they didn't do very well after they subbed Scout in. Now, I don't think that is particularly a Scout problem. I think there's a lot of pressure pushing down, and sometimes you do have bad games. Sometimes you do have bad tournaments, and that's part of PUBG Mobile.
I would disagree with you, given who's on screen. Bigitron.
Yeah, that's true, but I think they're the exception, not the rule.
That's fair enough. Absolutely. They are really very much proving themselves time and time
They're
again.
They're an anomaly, John.
Absolutely. It is spectacular. And this is the roster as well that won in the PMCO full split last year over back in Malaysia. And they've managed to stick together with all the changes that are happening within those top orgs over in the Southeast Asian regions. You know, surprising that they were able to stay together, but if you've got the formula and it works, why change it?
It's continuing to work as well. I mean, it's like a recipe you pull out every weekend, and people are like, you know, it still tastes good. Yeah. Still good. Let's just have this every Saturday.
It's like the potato smiley faces that you put in the oven. Why would you change that?
You never go wrong with those.
Exactly.
You can't ever go wrong. Although, you know, maybe something a little bit better sometimes. I think I would get pretty bored. Yes, better.
Do you hear yourself?
Turkey dinosaurs, mate.
Oh, okay. We're bringing out the big guns now.
We're going one step further, aren't we? But yeah, for the time being, most teams are just congregating around Volnova as well as Winery. We said about the beginning that this would be the main place of contestation. Most teams want to hold this down as much as possible. Orange Rock now making their way down. Tovar, Dino Pack, as well as Villa, all unoccupied. I saw a lot of these endings in South Asia very, very frequently, and it's a beautiful ending, to say the least. I think for Kendi, a lot of times you'll see teams like rocking up to houses, and that's where they'll stay. They'll stay in those houses. They'll go anywhere else. But here on Vikendi, when we get a winery circle, it's all about that uphill battle. Who can you dismount from the top?
Speaking of the top, there's two teams all the way out to the north. You've got Box, you've got, I believe that's Reject Scarlet as well, who need to make their way through. Unfortunate tumble there for Oace.
Yeah.
It's near enough to Synergy to maybe prove to be a problem, but they get him inside and they'll get him up.
Oh, Austin, this is a cute little outfit, isn't it? I think actually Frost has that exact helmet. He was showing me the other day.
In real life, actually.
In real life as well. This guy paid some big bucks for that one, but you know, he's got it now. They requested the special order from PUBG Mobile themselves, and they're like, well, if you're paying this much, okay.
It's for when he goes ice skating.
Well,
on the rivers of Vikendi.
Frost ice skating? Can you even see that? To be fair, his name would imply that he's one with the ice.
Well, the snow glows white on his mountain.
Yeah, that's true. Tonight. Sorry, that's knocked over. Morph now making their way down from Factory. But yeah, what we will see here, guys, and I'm not going to lie to you, until we get to Circle 2 and Circle 3, things are going to be a little bit quiet. That's just the way Vikendi tends to be. Box also making their way through. They do have a player lagging behind now in Lewis. RCS all around him. So he's basically playing the fifth member here, you know. His cosplay skills will have to come into effect here. Promise I'm part of Reject, guys, so please believe me.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing a game of chicken. You know, I'm going to be the last out in the circle. I'm going to be the last. I'm going to play edge in this game of Vikendi. Pretty central shift here. No one really going to be displaced too much. Looking northeastern side, you've got No Chance Team and Team Secret, who are going to have to leave that early battleground of Podvosto. Obviously, only one player left for Team Secret, so he'll have to try and snake his way down alongside the river shore. But No Chance Team, they're going to send over to the western side. And we're going to be probably seeing a western side finish.
Let's talk about last game really quick. I know we've only had one game in the PMWL. I'm already referencing it, but T1, for instance, they lost a player early, right? And they were in a long fight with Valdis in Rozhok, right? They were there for a long time, and it prevented them from actually having too many resources. So when they got to the end, you saw Seidan actually with no resources to heal. This time, T1's in a really good spot towards the southern side of the map, and they will have all the resources they need. So I'm excited to see what they can do when they have those things in hand to make it happen.
Ultron just moving the car behind cover. Doesn't want to lose a tyre, but Morph are going to lose a player. Easy flush coming out for GRX Celts.
He will go down. Celts here looking to bring it back from last game where they did go unfortunately out. They were slightly split, lost a player early, and it was pretty much bad news for them from there onwards. Team IND making that third spot though. Most people will be happy about that one. I'm pretty happy indeed seeing that team still here. I think they had a little bit rough of it last year, trying to maintain it, playing down towards Ferry Pier, not always working out for them. But here they made it all the way to the end of Sosnovka, and that was not an easy ending to finish whatsoever. But it is lovely to still see them trucking and also maintaining a lot of the old names within PUBG Mobile, especially in India. So I'm loving that.
Fantastic stuff. You've got to have a little bit, you've got to have a little bit of respect for the history, Where do these guys come from?
Indonesian history, it's good, it's good.
Absolutely. You do, historically, very well supported in their home region in Malaysia.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy whilst we were out there, man. It almost drowned us out, and we're pretty loud.
Yeah, sometimes when it's called for, we do get a little bit rowdy, but still, these teams yet to come really too much into conflict. The only fight we saw, obviously, in Podvosto so far. But it's interesting that we've had 2 hot drops so far, even in just these first 2 games. Yeah,
no, I think Frost and Avenger were talking about this, is that there's a lot of big zones that were available to these teams. Now, I don't think we won't be casting this game next, but Erangel, what my prediction is at least, is that we're going to have a very hectic Erangel because people will be like, okay, these places are open, but
sure,
more than one team will be thinking that. So you might even have 3 teams in Milta, lo and behold, and it'll be a really crazy game. So I can't wait to see that one on the screens. But next circle should be coming in soon, and this is when things will start to crunch up a little bit, and teams will be forced to fight for their position.
There was a little bit of argy-bargy, as I like to say, Blank, over on the northwestern rotation between Reject Scarlet and Box. Yeah, just a little bit. But they did manage to all make it through. Not all of the players managed to stay alive for Reject Scarlet. You can see there one of them fall, so they're down to 3. And they will be having to push not too much further. Again, this circle not going to shift people too far.
No. Again, this is very kind in terms of circle shifts. So we're going to see some replays on our screen because things are tad quiet.
Kalara's just making hand signals at me. I'm not too sure what he means, but he's making circles.
Okay, so Avenger actually just gave me a very significant tip here. He just made this like little monocle on his face, but what I know that means is that the circle is very round at the moment and very central, so we're quite happy about it.
Oh
my lord, Froz is really going for a new one there.
Absolutely, but there's a couple of shots being popped off towards No Chance Team. The Megastars holding down the compounds. They managed to get a knockout in the open. Oh, maybe not quite, actually. He's crawling around.
Yeah, he's just about... Oh, never mind.
And he's going to go down.
He is very dead.
Zigsaw.
Yeah, I mean, the Synergy's had a few little changes here and there, but the main roster's stayed the same. Servi been here for a very long time. Very seasoned player. When I met him last, he was a little bit quiet when I met him, but he also had like this quiet determination from him as well when I saw him in the prelims. So, I'm really excited for him to be here because they seem to be continuing to like just push it one step further. And I know I've talked about Synergy a lot here, but they will be going to another team that we've just talked about. It's Orange Rock. Rock, they're coming down from the northern side. Marvi, one of the best, if not the best scout, in my opinion, in India at the moment.
He's certainly had a long history being able to just relay all the information necessary back to his squad and
as a solo too.
Marshal them through. It is very, very impressive, you're right, Blank. So we'll see if he's able to step up on the world stage. Obviously, Orange Rock not having the greatest start. They only got 1 point in the last game, so they'll be looking for a better showing this time around. In general, a lot of the South Asian teams, Blank, didn't really have the greatest time. It was only GRX Celts who were able to get really anywhere, and they only got 7 points in the end.
I mean, only 7 points is still a decent-ish score as long as you can keep it going as long as possible and try and get towards those 13 pointers to kind of make up the difference. And we talk about a lot.
Sorry, Team IND. I completely forgot about that.
Team IND, yeah, they had a fantastic. We were talking about the beginning, John. I don't know what you're on about. But another godlike here. They're on the western side. But right now we're looking at a fight finally between Box as well as Orange Rock. But it's only 2 players from Box here. If Orange Rock do take this fight, they will have the lead.
It's not fully reinforced, though, for Orange Rock as well. They have got a player closer, but the backup can come from both of these squads. And I think Orange Rock like their position too much to try and push out of it. They don't want someone to come in from over towards Castle, maybe even from the north side of Volnova if they're getting shoved out. So taking the fight on their home turf is where they're going to opt to set their tent.
Bigatron not had to move very much at all. They have moved their way over to the loot drop that dropped towards the center of the current circle. So they'll
want to get Luxy those orms.
I mean, yeah, get Luxy and AWM on board. He'll be absolutely fantastically fine. I do love that they even have a unique play style. I mean, most teams like Kalara said, do prefer that DMR, but Luxy's like, look, I like to be able to immediately take someone out of the fight, and I'm confident enough to do it. We touted Luxy in the global finals being this long-range specialist, but here we've got King of Gamers taking shots towards Box. Break does go down, but it's Marvi just to move over the top of Gil to find that kill.
They're not going to push out again, and this is what Orange Rock were doing previously. They're just holding down the ground that they currently own. They don't need to leave. They're not under that too much pressure. Break, however, he is not so lucky. Has already gone down, and more bullets being sent his way. King of Gamers now. This is the first game today for them into the World League, and Box are giving them a pretty hard time of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be a difficult push, though, for Box all in all, because Orange Rock currently hold that. It's like a bit of spike of land out the floor. That's Team Secret actually going down. BOBU was their solo. They'll be going down to 16th. They will not be happy about that one. But currently, like I was saying, Orange Rock control a really strong position where they can deny sightlines using this big feature of the environment to their advantage. Here is no chance. They took a fight with Team Secret early, and now they're actually crashing into Megastars, who are holding towards Winery. This team has a lot of confidence. Orange Rock also finding one more player from Box. Can he find the shot into him? No, just about misses.
Yeah, able to tuck in behind. Heineken goes down for the No Chance team, and King of Gamers find one of their players flushed out as Orange Rock starts to rain down hell over towards Box. PMA out in the blue. They are going to get pushed in, so they do have to leave their ground, but the damage is done and the pressure is there. Oh, okay.
Synergy taking heavy fire onto King of Gamers. See if he gets the flush onto Puffer, but damn, this was a compound control by King of Gamers. Let's remember that Synergy have absolutely crashed in here. Nice aggressive play. I believe it is just Soup now alive for King of Gamers, and it's a heavy shift over to the western side. Luckily, BTR, they're still feeling pretty happy about this one, still within the circle. Yudu gank towards the southern side, and they're looking to keep this one happening. Box will lose another player now, and all these teams on the eastern side, they'll have to make their way in. That includes T1, but they have looted up nice and heavy, and Celt's now taking some fights. Let's see where they are. Currently, they're stuck in a slightly awkward position, running alongside UQ here. It's slightly difficult.
Orshan going to be into the fight, close range, turns the corner with the micros. He finds one with his teammates. Going down, Ultron is going to fall and has to hit the deck, goes to the reload. G36 in hand, hits the deck again, tries for the drop shot, but he's not going to be able to finish it out. GRX Celts able to take down the imminent threat, but where are the wing players? Where are these off angles? They should be worried, but they're going to go for the res.
You Level Up just got taken down by the big boss, Celts here. There's still a couple more players. You've got Mao over here with the Overwatch, and he'll be able to see the players coming at the top. You've got the G36. That finger's nasty. Beautiful headshot, but immediately drops wide a tanky. That's some evasive maneuvers on the board.
He's able to slip past the fearsome fire. Humao will not be able to find that frag, but he knows the location. And Tanky will have to leave it, obviously not in the current blue zone. Applying some bandages, getting some healing done. You can see he doesn't have any first aids available, Blank.
No, he's struggling. Mao here, You Level Up, sending all their hopes and wishes forward with him. Tanky does get taken down. Beautiful shots coming out from Mao immediately into the actual vehicle here. This is really smart. He knows he's got a pick now, and they will have to either rush out or go for the res. But it's Orange Rock versus Synergy. This is a big clash between the South Asian teams.
They're pushing forwards. It's Orange Rock going really aggressive here. Seervi and Austin trying to hold down the corner. King of Gamers get eliminated, but the fight still rages on between Orange Rock. One full scout able to land the shot. Coming in and really picking up the pieces here as Austin tries to turn the corner, but there's an off angle from Gil as he swings out wide. Ted tries for a little bit more, but he is going to be able to find 2 knocks with the rest of his squad as well. Orange Rock down to 2, but
oh my God,
one
Gil!
jump shot from Gil. Able to shut it out. Beautiful stuff as Orange Rock wipe Synergy.
Oh my God, Gil just played the most dangerous game of peekaboo I've ever seen, and he comes out on top because of it. And BTR, they're again within the middle. Imagine if we start PMWL with 2 chicken dinners on the trot from BTR. Wow. Now that would be a start to go down in history. Megastars, though, they're on the southern side. T1, they made a slip down to the southern side as well, but they're further south than anybody else, and they're going to have to fight through Yudu. Megastars, the remaining member of You Level Up, and BTR is the final boss in the middle.
Orange Rock now taking a little bit of punishment on the back of that fight from Box, who were waiting in the wings. And they'll have to try and either save him or get on out of there. They do have 4 with one of them down, so we'll have to decide, do they want to invest that time or no? T1, no kills yet, nothing really found, but they're safe and sound on the south side. Will have to move up north, however, through plenty of squads.
Yeah, they've been biding their time. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more open, especially towards Winery. And it seems to be that they're going to go into the blue and try and move up on the eastern side. They'll only come into contact with You Level Up, and this might be a really smart rotation for them that no one else has figured out to do. You Level Up, Mao is the only one who can really put a stop to this, and they'll be heavily damaged from the blue, so they're going to have to make something happen very quickly. Mao is within the building. I think they know that someone's in here. Missile drops around the side, but they're both incredibly damaged.
This is crunch time, Blank. This is the Thanos circle, as I like to call it. You Level Up, go for the drop shot. This time it's going to work out. He finds a second, and T1 eliminated.
Mao on his own. Sure, they were damaged, but to make that one happen under the pressure there, Mao was so incredibly calm, and he will get a ghillie suit for his troubles, which will blend in perfectly with this environment. Gil, though, they're still going in terms of Orange Rock. Box did pretend to leave them alone a little bit, but they're still just waiting on the wings.
Orange Rock, you say, they are ready and waiting, but Nova Godlike playing spoiler, potentially. Cooking the nade, wants to try and send it into the shack. If it does land, that would be devastating for Orange Rock. I don't think they'd survive, so they'll have to figure it out how they're going to escape, how they're going to evacuate. They're sending out nades the other way. The nades
what? It bounces out the building!
No way.
Are you kidding?
It was a missed nade, but they actually managed to get it out there. But there's the nade in response. Beautifully threaded there for Nova Godlike. 2 down, and they might just try and push this one out, Blank.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Avenger was saying on the desk, that takes you about 20 seconds to get that res, and there's 2 down here. So there's plenty of time for Nova Godlike to actually move in. Beautiful Molotovs comes through the top, and Orange Rock will feel the heat, but just about make it out in time. Gil goes down, but now it's his teammates returning the favor. Beautiful smokes, though, over the top, and now the Molotovs come through just to prevent the push.
But the crucial thing here, Blank, is that Orange Rock have managed to get out of the shack. They are no longer pinned to that hard cover. They can start to spread out, maybe take control behind the tree. They know that Nova Godlike should be down to 2 if they've been keeping track of the kill feed, and they still have the numbers advantage.
Only issue here is now BTR, they're trapped. Well, not trapped, I'd say, but they're right on the edge of the circle. They still have a compound, so they might choose not to push out here. That's Hasta actually going down from Nova Godlike. Orange Rock continue to make this happen. Kill pops out the smoke for just a second, tries to get a little bit of info, burns the image ahead of him into his mind, and then tries to relay that one back.
It was Box, actually, I think, with a little bit of a third party coming in. Orange Rock, again, losing a player, but this is going to force Vampire to make that crossing. Orange Rock stopped just for now, but they know they're both behind it. That's another nade being sent forwards. Not too sure if it's going to have the same impact. We'll have to wait and see. Yudu moving in towards the circle, trying to fight it out with pretty much everyone else on the southeastern side. They are going to have to, sorry, the northwestern side, as they are going to take the fight to them. Megastars eliminated as the fight rages on.
That is a beautiful play from Orange Rock to withstand all that for so long. Also, while setting up smokes in the meantime to make sure they got the crossover on top of it. That is a lot of forward thinking from this team, and you're really, really happy to see it. The Orange Rock is looking one step ahead. Nice little spray, does not find Box though, and they'll live to tell the tale another day. They're taking a lot of fire from a lot of different teams.
Oh, goodness me. Bigatron now starting to chime in there, up to 4 kills as Orange Rock take another fight, and with it eliminate Box Gaming. 4 teams now remaining, as it was a massive gauntlet push for everybody except for Bigatron.
Yeah, Orange Rock 10 kills, 1,800 damage already, and now it's Bigatron starting to chime in. 4 members alive. That is not easy to do, especially on Vikendi with a circle like this. Nice shots coming out from Orange Rock. That is Parang down. Now just Fredo alive. That could have been an accurate spray, but Gil decides not to follow through with it. And they're all just crawling over towards where Fredo is. Orange Rock could quite easily make the push, but you see Marvi so incredibly low. He's currently walking whilst healing, and Zuxi is in a position to start taking shots.
He's got the off angle from the rest of his squad, has control of some of this zone. He's been sent out as that close-range fragger that we know him to be, but it's Scout to try and take the challenge. Smoke's being popped through, the spray from Zuxi. Not quite able to land those shots, and Bigatron looking to try and challenge out, has to send out wide into the smoke. Takes minimal damage from that. That could have been a lot worse, Blank.
If they can take Zuxi, they might even the odds a little bit here. Sure, BTR still control a decent compound. Scout, though, proving himself now in the PMWL to definitely not be one to look over. Udogank in the distance. Ryzen will pick up that kill. Bigatron very happy to look for placement points here. That's Parang now down, and that's Udogank out. 2 teams left. It's Orange Rock versus BTR. 2 Titans on the field.
With an armistice agreed, they take out Udogank, but now it's back to loggerheads. Blank, Orange Rock. They fought their way through valiantly. 11 kills so far on the round, but Bigatron might just be able to put a stop to it with 6 kills themselves, looking to get that second chicken dinner. These guys, they're unstoppable right now.
And this is the uphill battle I was talking about. And Orange Rock, they've had to use so many resources just to get here. Smokes, grenades, everything. Sure, they've got a couple of resupplies, but that Scout now down. Gil out in the blue. He's just moving his way across. Can he stay alive for a little bit longer? But Microboy, Scout down.
Last player now standing, it's Gil out in the blue, and Bigatron take home yet a second. We are talking